This video is on how to do an OTO in Thinkorswim, and basically I couldn't find any information. I knew it existed. I just couldn't find any information, and this is how to do it. In the order entry window, you want to click on Buy. Then the drop-down box, you want to select first trigger sequence. Then you want to go over and check your price that you want to buy at and fill in the correct price. Then you want to fill in your, you want to make it good to cancel and extended and overnight, extended session and overnight. And then right click on your order and you want to select create opposite order. And now create a sell order, and then you want to put in your price you want to sell it for if the buying price is triggered. And you can select how many you want to buy and sell. So if you buy 5, you want to sell 5. So we're going to buy 10. And then we're going to sell 10. And then if you want to split the sale, you can create another opposite order. And say you sell 6 at $3.20. And then sell 4 at $3.15.33. And then check everything. And then I'm going to click delete because I don't want to actually create the order. So I started thinking about a couple of issues. So I'm going to create an OTO order, and I'm also going to show you the difference between an OTO order and an OCO order. OTO is one triggers the other, or order triggers the other. There's 3 or 4 different versions of what it means, but what it does is when you get a sale, then when you get a buy, then it triggers the sales. But it also OCO is one cancels all other. It's the exact opposite. And there's a stipulation that is important for the OTO in that. So let's get started. So first we're going to do a buy. And what you want to do is you want to set your price. So if you accidentally send it, it won't actually buy anything because it'll be lower than what. So we're going to say 256, 257.12. So then you want to leave it on limit. Then day you want to do good to cancel, and extended hours. That's morning and afternoon, and then overnight. The O's overnight, and then everything looks good. You want to select. You don't want to select how many you want right now. So you go to the single order window and you click first trigger sequence, and then you right click your order and you select create opposite order. Now what an OCO does is, let's say you want to buy a stock. Well, we'll go into that later. So anyway, so if you want to, let's say you want to do multiple shares, like you want to buy 10 shares and you want to sell 5 at one price point and 5 at another. So you'd right click on this again and you click create opposite order. So then you have 2. So let's say you make this 10, and then you want to buy them at 257, and you want to sell 5 at, say, 265. Or say 280. 280.11. And then you want to sell the other 5 at 265.76. Or 76. So, so that looks good. So what an OCO does is, an OCO, you have your price point, and then this one, you decide what the minimum, if the stock starts to slip, with the minimum after you bought it for 257, let's say at 256 you want to sell it, because it's starting to backslide. So you'd put 256 in here, and then this might be like 10. Well, this would be 10, and then this would be 10 too. And then you could make another one. You could still do this, this part, but before that, you have to set your price point that you want to sell that's less than 257. So that's what an OCO does. It protects you from buying a stock, and then it starts to slip backwards, and you might lose $10. It might go back $10, and this way you'll sell it if it goes back $1. So you'll lose $10, but you won't end up with 10 shares of a stock that's maybe $100 less than what you wanted to buy it for. Now, having said that, if you're just doing an OTO, you may not want to put, I'm not really sure about this. I don't know if it was search through here and find the 265 first. It may look to do this. The stock might go up, might go past 265, and then when it goes to 280, it's gonna trigger. So we'll sell this, and then it's going to drop down here, and it's going to get the best price since it says 265. It's going to sell the other 5 at 280 or a little slightly more or whatever. So if you want to do the 265 first, make this 265. And like I said, I'm not sure if that's, but it seems very reasonable and logical for it to do that. And then so you change this one to 280. Just for the reason of the way that the OCO works. Well, no, the thing is, the OCO, if it keeps going up, I don't know. I think for safety reasons, it'd probably be best to do this way, put the least first, and then the most expensive price point you want to sell it at second. I'll try it. I'll experiment around with it and see what it does, and I'll I might update the video if I find anything different, but just for now, for safety reasons, do the least amount price, the least price point first. So then, let's see, we got this. You want to buy 257, sell at 265 and 280. So then you go confirm, and then send. If you go into the monitor tab, go from trade to monitor, you'll see that we have this working. There's a 257, and it's 10 shares. And it's working. If you go from the, now we're going from the buy tab in the monitor section to the sale, and you'll see you have sell 5, and then it says good to close external extended overnight. It says waiting, so it's waiting for the trigger. Oh, it says wait trig. See, it says wait trig. So it's waiting for the trigger, the sale, the buy of the stock. And then once that happens, it's triggered, and these will be ready. These will be primed and ready. These two will be primed and ready to go. And the first is the 265 and the 280. And you know, I'm not really 100% sure if they're reversed. If it still would, I think it might still sell the 265 first. You know, as it goes up, as the candlestick goes through the values up to 265, it may, even if you had these reversed, it might sell the 265 then the 280. But it's like I said, I don't know, so it's better just to have it. And it's easier to read too. If you have to look at, if you do a couple of those, like 5 of them, you know, where you're selling a spread of stocks at different values after the trigger, it's going to make it a lot easier to start from the minimum and go up to the highest value. It'll be readable, more readable. So basically, that's the way I think this works. I just discovered this today, so I think most people, you know, in a really volatile situation, you may want to do an OCO, where before these two, you want to put in one that sells like 50 cents lower than what you buy at, just to protect yourself. I mean, Tesla stock isn't really that volatile. It will drop, but then it comes back up again. You know, I have to pay you know, the fee for borrowing the money to buy the stock. It's not a lot, and I make it up, you know. So, you know, I make up what I spend for that. It's not a lot, but, you know, I'm just getting into day trading. So have fun with it. I hope this helps.